Oops, greetings, I tried Janine here. Silver Moon to do an oracle card reading for touching on certain energy healing points, and the focus of this one is going to be for about relationships and self. Because so much of the time, our relationships are about learning more about ourselves, even if we don't realize it. Because certainly we're probably learning about other people in those relationships too, and but it's also what they reflect back to us about ourselves, which we may or may not realize. So with any relationship, good or bad, let's say, what do we learn about ourselves? And usually it's after the fact that we look back on it that we might be able to kind of interpret what that is or what it means. So let's just start looking at some of these cards and see what they're saying here. And this deck, by the way, the top deck is Denise, Linn, Sacred Traveler. And so the first one is Embracing Enthusiasm. Shout to the heavens with happiness. So there definitely are things to be happy about, even when we've been hurt, even when we've been disappointed, even when something didn't turn out the way we expected, even when it was devastating, however it felt, whatever it was, however we perceived it. Sometimes we can extract wisdom from those experiences that help us to move forward in better ways, because we don't make the same decisions where we're stronger and wiser. So the second card is Joy and Delight. Open your heart to joy. Okay, so that's a really good one, because we definitely close ourselves off when we feel hurt. When people do really shitty things, okay, and how that makes us feel. What we might not realize at the time is that isn't always a reflection of ourselves. That's a reflection of them. Okay, and so if we are closed off, then we're not open to receive. So if we want love in our lives, but we don't open our heart, it's going to be hard for that to come in. So we should start with ourselves. We should start to remember to learn how to love ourselves. Okay, so the next card. Voyage of the Heart. Love flows through you and to you. That's just what we were talking about. So when we go through something difficult, painful, shocking, destructive, whatever you want to call it, there's something to be learned there. Now, if we bury those feelings, which we might not even realize we're doing, if we're burying feelings, we might not get very far with that, because it's by feeling the feelings, allowing that energy to move, that we can start to learn from it. So we might sit with it, we might meditate on it. And in that meditation, what can we do? So we look at the situation. So we might go through this in steps through our thought processes as we're, working through emotion, and some people write it down. So this is what happened. This is how it made me feel. This is what I learned from it. And this is what I'm ready to let go, moving forward with more wisdom. So, that can be tricky. Some people have a hard time letting go. But see, the thing that we experienced is not who we are. It's something that guided us or even misguided us. This one is Wandering Path, Enjoy the Journey. So there's a little map here. So there's going to be enjoyable parts and not so enjoyable parts. There is a compass here. That might represent our inner compass. That we have guidance. We have guides, and we have our internal guidance. And this is the path that we walk. So, enjoying the journey. Taking time to enjoy certain things, even when you feel like you have this dark cloud hanging over your head. Let it rain and let it move out of the way and let the sun come through. Next one. Okay, so freedom. We can free ourselves. So she's holding the dove. That dove can represent the Holy Spirit. And many of us, well, some of us are probably aware that there are promptings from the Holy Spirit, that still small voice. Listen. Okay. Surrender. So this is an important one. See how she's kind of maybe letting the butterflies go? Maybe you could visualize yourself sitting next to a stream. And what are you holding on to? One thing, pick one thing. What are you holding on to? What feels dark? What feels heavy? What feels sad? Whatever emotion, anger, whatever, grief, whatever the emotion is, the feeling. Hold it, visualize holding it in your hands. When you pull it out of yourself, what is it? What does it look like? What's it saying to you? Hold it in your hand, acknowledge it, thank it for what you learned, and drop it in the river and let it go. That's a surrender. That's a release. Now, wherever you pulled that energy from yourself that was a darker, heavier energy, put your hands there and send yourself something of a higher vibration. Send yourself love. This one, power. Yes, because guess what? We have the power. We might forget. We might not recognize it. We might not know it's there. But we have the power to help ourselves, to heal ourselves, to embrace ourselves, to love ourselves. That is a reminder about the power. And we have guides too. See the little animals here? Guides. All right. Last one, gentleness. Again, the dove, the Holy Spirit, the bride, like our own bride or bridegroom. You know, we are that to ourselves, or we can be. And maybe there's times when we should be, but we don't know how. This is to remind yourself to be gentle with yourself. So relationships and self. Relationships teach us about ourselves. They might be beautiful. They might not be beautiful. You know, what do you do with what you learn from it?